enough sex, we will go to our segment na the top 10. I have top 10 questions on your sexual experiences with your partner. With your partner, it's up to you. Pero dito tayo no holds barred. Game ka? Game ka? Game.
Go. Natayo ako?
Okay.
Naboboard na ako Go.
Naboboard ka?
Lalakad-lakad ako.
Okay. Do you spit or swallow?
Ay, spit. Di ko kaya.
Spit. Di mo kaya?
Oo.
Di mo kaya mag-swallow? Ba't di mo kaya?
Siguro lick lang.
Okay, here we go. Take three.
Hey.
Take three. The Sexy Minds Podcast, Episode 8. Hey, you're listening to the Sexy Minds Podcast, powered by Podcast Network Asia. My name is Tony.
And I'm Doc Rika, and together we will be talking about anything and everything sex-related. Trust us, we can handle it.
And that's right, Doc. And if you have any questions about sex, weird sex stories, fetishes, fantasies, it can be about relationships or just yourself, throw them our way. You can actually email us at it's thesexyminds@gmail.com. thesexyminds@gmail.com. And you can also add us on Twitter, Instagram. It's at DJTonyToni.
And at _ Rika Cruz for me.
And make sure to follow and subscribe to the Sexy Minds Podcast on all major podcast platforms.
All right, so I think that's enough foreplay for now. On with the show.
All right, so tonight's guest is not only a personal friend of ours, but we've actually worked with him. And it's really cool to get someone that we've actually worked with on the panel. We haven't worked with anyone so far in the past 7 episodes. So
you've worked with them in bed, but yeah, this person, our guest right now, we've actually worked with professionally to promote safe and responsible sex. Oh well, we won't know. Okay, sige, fine na. I'll find out later. So Tony, do the honors and introduce our guest.
All right, so tonight we have our good friend, Mr. Jabbar Ismail. He's worked with us for Durex and our campaign to have safe sex and erasing the stigma all throughout the Philippines, or at least in Metro Manila, that is, on HIV, STDs, and he's actually a person living with HIV. So welcome to the show, Jabbar.
Hi, Tony. Hi, Doc Rika. It's been a while.
We missed you.
Hello.
We missed you.
Yeah.
We missed you.
Likewise.
It's actually not just Metro Manila. We went to Baguio one time. And we are looking forward to going around once this pandemic ends.
Sana.
Yeah, can't wait.
Sana, diba? But okay, thank you for being a guest in our show, Jabbar. Like what we said, we're gonna talk about sex, anything and everything related. So no holds barred, and basically we just want to know about your sex life with our first question. Tony, take it away.
All right, so I want to know, when was your first sexual experience? Whether it be just finding out about sex, or finding about yourself.
Siguro, when did you first find out about sex?
Yeah.
I think I was around grade 4. Very, very young.
Bata pa.
Of course, very young. And
yun, mga 10 years old.
I think even younger. Part of which is, I kasi I live in a place where tama ba, nuclear family, kasama ko tito ko, kasama ko everybody, and of course they're adults, no, so they sometimes watch porn. And so I saw it.
What kind of porn?
As in, all out, women on top, men on top, doing everything bare, nude, naked. And so I minsan nagpipeek ako. And then with my cousins, then we see it. Parang, yun, and that's the start of curiosity, I think.
And then when did you start? I guess masturbating. Was that right the same time or?
What's that? Charot. Masturbating. Oh my God. This is really public, di ba?
Oo,
Pero pag
super.
tayo lang, okay lang. But, for me, it's not really the masturbating practice. I was very creative in doing it. Oh my God, unfiltered to. Alam mo yung,
Oo.
alam mo yung unan, tinitira ko siya, ganun.
Okay.
The pillow, and then I imagine it like it's a human being.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Pero
I
ilang
felt-
taon ka nito? How old were you
Yeah,
then?
I think
when
I
you
was-
started?
Yun, mga 8. Yan, 8 to 10, ganyan. Yan yung peak ko.
So like, kasama
Very
siya ng
young.
curiosity mo because of, did it happen because you watched porn? Parang you saw what was going on?
But
Or
even
was
beyond,
it even before?
even before, because I think, my dad was a Muslim, was because he passed away. And part of his genes, I think, sabi ng mami ko, my dad is pabling and mahilig sa babae and everything and malibog. Marami akong kapatid sa labas, but it's legal in Muslim, diba? So I think genetically, namana ko rin yun, yung init ng katawan. So it's nature and nurture, diba? It's environmental, and at the same time, there is the nature part of me that's always, curious on the sensual part.
Was it always, was it female? Was it the gender preference at the time?
Oh, nga, parang when you said kasi, diba, that you would imagine, you would use the pillows and then you would imagine that it's a human being. When you imagine, ano yung na-imagine mo? Wala, no holds barred tayo.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Charot. You know what? Halos kabatch ko naman kayo, diba? Do you remember Knight Rider? David Hasselhoff.
Si Tony, hindi natin kabatch yan. Medyo ano yan, boomer. Boomer si Tony. So.
If you, guys, if you remember David Hasselhoff of Knight Rider, I remember, I was very young then. I remember, I was imagining him, parang nagde-daydream ako about his hairy chest, hairy body, because I saw him in one episode. Yeah, I really, mo yung tatas ng memory ko. I saw him in one episode na parang kinulong siya ng mga villain, and then meron siya mga nakastick na something, wire and everything, and he cannot move. And he was naked, body, and then the hairy yung chest niya. And that detail, it stick to my mind. And I don't know why, no one taught me that. Imagine, di ba, wala naman nagturo sa akin eh. Imaginein mo yung lalaking yan, wala. It's just so natural. Why would a very young, so if it was Knight Rider, 1983, 1984, I was 4 years old, 5 years old.
Si Tony mga 20 years old na siya that time. So, baka pinapanood niya yun.
Iba yung ngiti ni Tony.
Hindi ko kilala si Knight.
Ako kasi
Ano
hindi
ba
pa ako
talaga?
pinapanganak eh. Baywatch ang alam ko, David Hasselhoff, Baywatch.
Ayun, yun na yung next hit ni David Hasselhoff. But he has very good eyes. Basta matipuno siyang lalaki. So I think yun yung pinaka-referent ko. And every time I would talk to my brother, straight brother, yun yung kwento ko sa kanya. Alam mo, tol, when I was young, I used to daydream with David Hasselhoff. Yun, and then nag-elevate na siya. Tom Cruise, syempre Top Gun.
Yeah.
Ayun, that's the start of it. Imagining men.
So men talaga from the start.
Yeah, very natural. And even if I saw one time yung first watch ko ng porn when I stole the VHS or Betamax something of my tito. Siyempre pinuslit ko, di ba? Hindi pa legal. When I watch porn, straight porn, I would always stare at the dicks of the men. Now I wouldn't I wouldn't look at the boobs or the vagina or the sexiness of the women. Maybe I'll appreciate them, their beauty. But the sensual part, it's really the dicks. And
You
the
like
chest,
dicks
the
talaga.
arms.
The chest, the
Yeah.
hairy chest.
You've never been.
Yeah.
Gusto mo
let's
magbuhok?
You never fantasized
Kind
about
of.
a woman? Never.
Fantasize never.
Never.
Although I kissed.
Yeah, but
But
that's
later part na yun eh.
yeah, but that's
For,
Oh, okay. So, parang from the start, talagang men.
It's
Go
really
ahead,
men.
Tones.
It's really men. I don't know why. Yon.
and when was your first sexual experience? What age?
Ah!
Bata pa, bata pa. I think
Very young.
because our
Very
guest,
young.
I think our guest,
How
Very.
old is very young?
I think the youngest is 13, right, Doc?
Our youngest is 13. Oo, 13.
I think yun, grade 5. I would remember grade 5. Grade 5,
10.
grade 4. Yeah, 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
With a woman or with a
No, kapitbahay kalaro.
lalaki?
Of
With
course.
a person with a penis.
Yeah, with a playmate. Yeah. Experimentation, explore. So that's the start
Anong
of it.
ginawa niyo? Anong ginawa niyo? Kung naalala mo
Aswang.
pa.
Diyos ka. Aswang-aswangan. That's the theme.
Ano yun? Explain.
Kakagatin mo sa leeg. For example, you're role playing vampires or
Oh,
aswang
yeah.
or whatever, manananggal or whatever, and then you take advantage of, I'm gonna bite you on your neck, and kakagatin kita, something like that, and then I'm gonna lick his neck. So when I lick his neck, yun na yun, taking advantage. That's
O
it.
tapos,
Malay ba
ano
namin?
nangyari? Nung nalik mo yung neck niya?
Oh my God, parang hindi public to, di ba? Pero carry lang. Naulit.
Tapos,
When you're kids, you're gonna do a lot of things. You're gonna experiment,
Kaya
you're
nga.
gonna explore. So naulit siya, naulit, tas nag-elevate, and then parang every now and then, since magkapit-bahay kami, lumaki kaming magkababata, diba? So then, nag-elevate siya to holding our penis na, and then that's it. Walang penetration, but
Yeah.
it's
Just
almost
for
every
pero
proud.
like holding, like
Mhm.
masturbating, like ganyan, playing with the
Yeah,
penises.
Yeah. To that extent.
To that extent. Until what age yon kayong dalawa experimenting or playing like that?
Until first year, high school. Kasi I think when he was second year, third year, he started courting girls, and then lumipat na sila ng bahay. So that's a stop of it. Parang, okay, we're maturing. Wala na. But ako, I didn't stop. So, still look for
What do
other
you mean?
playmates.
What?
Tama naman siya.
What do
Yun
you look
yung-
for when you look for other playmates?
Alam mo yun, pag when you have projects or theses, and then may makatabi kang classmate, and then nagkabit yung braso nyo or something, may heat, tapos may kaba, may kabog sa dibdib.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I remember my classmate then, he just allowed me to do whatever I want to do with him.
Like what?
Like, holding everything. Yun. Kissing him, Yan.
Ano yung da-da-da-da-da-da? Mahirap yung da-da-da-da-da dito.
Hindi mo ako binigyan ng syllabus dito, Doc, ah.
Walang syllabus to. No holds barred nga eh. No filter.
I held this, from chest lagi naman. I would always attack the chest, then kissing the neck, and then downwards, and then that's it. That's the start when I learned doing DJ pala. Kasi high school ka na eh. Puberty stage ka na dyan, diba?
High school ka
Diba?
natutong mag-fellatio.
DJ.
Oh,
Yeah.
blowjob. Oh.
Wait, how did you how did that transition? So you're playing with a schoolmate, and then you said, "Hey, I'll suck your dick."
Wala nang hey. It just, permission pa ba? Hey, permission to suck you. Ganun. When you of course, sabi ko nga pag nagbaga na kayo ng arms, diba? There's a certain thing na parang, minsan may mga failed attempt ako. Okay, guys. Minsan may mga failed attempt ako because they're really straight. They don't want it, or they will just not allow it. But there are guys na parang, okay, you do whatever you want.
Wait,
Diba? Yun yung mga gapang style.
but these are
Oh my God.
but Jabbar, these are guys that are straight and are experimental, or these guys are already gay, or are they bi? Like, do you go only after straight men?
I think when you were young, you're not aware of it.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
you are young, you're still finding your identity. Like the puberty stage can be anything.
So you just go, whatever you feel, you just go for it. Pag gusto mo
Yeah,
yung-
I think yes. It's only now na ano ko siya, nako-connect the dots ko. Because when you were young, 'di ba? When we were young, I think in my observation, we are so into stereotyping. Pag ganito, niligawan ko si girl na to, the top girl in the school or something ganyan. In fact, during that time, even when I was doing it, I was also courting girls. Why? Because I was pressured. Diba? That may peer pressure, may status ko sa school. Alam mo yung mga ganong bagay. But then again, yun nga, the nature inside me, the natural, my essence of, I am inclined to do that for men. I don't know why am I doing it. Maybe because my background also having a Muslim military guy that I have to hold that energy. You know that? Pero sisingaw siya somewhere else eh.
Tama.
Sisingaw siya somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I wanted to know how since you are Muslim, isn't that is it frowned upon? Ba? I'm not too sure what the what your practices are being gay. Bawal ba or okay lang or in your family at that time?
Well, my dad has a very heavy energy eh. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Military guy, disciplinarian, Muslim pa, very religious. So it's really tough. Being the youngest of four, two sisters, one brother than me. And then I'm following my brother, diba? And brother ko talaga, brusco, laging naglalaro sa kanto, MVP lagi sa barangay ng basketball. Alam mo yun, all outgoing masyado. Very opposite of me. Maitim, ako maputi. Homebody ako. Tapos parang, parang meron ako na-set na pressure sa sarili ko that time, identity-wise. And then, knowing the religious side of Islam na parang, oy, bawal ang bakla dyan, ang pagkakaalam ko. I think in every religion,
Yeah.
diba? It's not outspoken na, oy, pwede ang bakla. Go! Bakla kayo.
But the
Something
stereotype
like that.
growing up, you'd never exposed yourself in front of your in family or friends na flaunting it Go.
Yeah.
Of course.
Growing up, Tony, Doc Rica, it's so hard, especially nung nagkaroon na ako ng mali siya, when I start becoming conscious,
Yeah.
when I heard people talking me behind my backs, mga kapatid ko, bakla ba yan si Jabbar? Minsan narinig ko, nasa sala, sa kusina ako, nasa sala sila. Yung mga ganon, overhear mo na. Tapos biglang papasok sa isip ko, masama maging bakla? Or something like that. Magpo-formulate na tayo ng mga narratives sa mind natin. And then after that, so I started going out, and then I even asked my brother, Tol, turuan mo ako mag-basketball. Mga ganong gawain. O, Tol, and then I started smoking, mga pamen. Stuff like that. Yeah, I start courting girls, everything for the sake of establishing my straight identity.
Yeah.
But it was hard. It was really Can I say fucking?
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
ahead.
It was really
Yeah,
fucking hard. Fucking hard because imagine the amount of energy you're trying to hold like a dam, putting a dam into that energy. So there's no free space of,
Ilang taon ka
expressing.
nito? Ilang taon ka nito?
Yeah, third year, fourth year, going college. Kaya pagdating ng college, shift naman to another identity. Anong ginawa ko? Join youth Catholic charismatic group. Diba?
And that was to parang compensate or try to understand who you
To
really
mask.
were?
Both
To mask.
to mask, to understand, to make me feel safe, to make an excuse that dito hindi nila ini-encourage magligawan tapusin mo muna ang pag-aaral mo. Yung mga ganon. Okay, sabi ko, okay, safe ako dito. Hindi ako manliligaw ng babae. Charot. Tapusin ko ang pag-aaral ko. Magpapakabuti ako. Diba?
Your parents never confronted you to the point where, anak, that you never had the talk with them?
Oh, how did you come out?
series of coming out to eh.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I think the most memorable or the poignant situation I had coming out, yun nga nung nagpaka youth Catholic group ako. So, syempre, may value of honesty and truth daw. Keme.
Mm, 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 mm.
So, I wanted, alam mo yung gusto mong one standard life na sobrang stringent na parang, alam mo yun. So, what I did, out of courage, I confronted my mom. Ito yung coming out ko. And I think this was second year college. Iyak ako. Sabi ko, umiyak ako. Mami. Tapos niyakap ko siya. O, ba't ka umiiyak? Sabi niya. Sabi ko, as hindi ako makapagsalita. Yung iyak na, may hikbi.
Oh.
Sabi ni Mami, bakla ka?
Oh my gosh.
Tapos,
So, alam na ng mami mo.
Opo. Oh, siyempre naman, nanay yun, di ba? Opo. At hindi ako nagsasalita. Sobrang parang naninikip yung dibdib ko sa sabog. Halika dito. Inakay niya ako sa room niya. Pinagmamasdan niya lang ako. As in minutes yon. Anong gusto mong gawin natin? Mas hikbi lang ako ng ibe. Gusto mo sabihin sa daddy mo? Sige po. Halika. Baba kami sa sala. Sa baba, doon si daddy, ang dalawang ate, kuya ko nasa kitchen. Parang press con, ganon.
Parang
Oh, Mike.
interview.
Oo. O Mike, may sasabihin daw yung anak mo. Eh si daddy, Muslim, di ba? Ano yun? Matigas magsalita. Daddy, bakla po ako. Ganon. You know what? Alam mo yun, but I wanna be honest kasi. Alam mo yung, I'm really caught in the middle na. I want to live an honest life and I want to straighten my life. It's a mix, really. My real statement was na hindi ko ma-articulate at that point in time that, dahil I'm quite young. Dad, bakla ako. Gusto ko maging straight, turuan mo ko. Something like that. So parang hindi ko nasabi yung gusto ko maging straight, turuan mo ko. Alam mo yung thinking ko noon na maituturo ng part na rin kasi ng church teaching kasi. No? Nothing against church, okay? There are churches that are good. But part of it is parang yung merong behind the thought na it's a sickness, it's a disease being gay.
Tama.
So ang hirap. Niyan, you know. Kaya nga relate ako sa X-Men eh. X-Men, mga mutants, di ba?
Yeah, that's why it's you know, not to go off tangent, but it's really hard to understand the essence of, you know, the genuine love when there are restrictions. You know,
True.
when there are restrictions,
True.
it's so hard to know what genuine love is when you already have restrictions based on your faith, your sect. It's actually it's contradictory.
Yes.
to our lives. And just imagine those people that are born the tribesmen, the native Indians, who have no sense of religion. They just know they're humans.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
there's no sense of rules, regulations, customs. It's just human. Kung gusto mo babae, gusto mo babae. Kung gusto mo lalaki, gusto mo lalaki. I mean, but our blueprint here is we're judged, and this is why we do this. You know, this podcast. Your video won't be seen, but your audio will be heard. And we don't need to see who you are, but we need to hear and have people share their most intimate stories when they're ready. Because the more that we are sharing, we're more inclusive and we're educating the rest of the population. And what I hate is, it's not hate, it's what I dislike. Kunyari pa tayo, hindi tayo horny. We're the horniest.
Oh my God.
You know, in Asia, we're what, the 20th, 19th biggest population in the world. I think top 20. Tapos tayo naman, kung nakita mo naman tayo, parang wala tayong alam sa sex, but tang ina, pag nasa kama na,
Kung ano-ano na lang, di ba? Parang it's like, rar. Parang,
you
doon
see it in the,
lumalabas.
you see it in the scandals. How
Yeah.
great we are. That stuff is not supposed to be let out, but because we love our partner, or we have a sort of, we trust that partner that they won't leak it. But ang galing tayo mag-sex. Like, if you look at it, it's so raw. So raw. And majority we know how to have sex. Sa lahat ng Asians, we're pretty good. We're like the Mexicans, the Spaniards of Asia, or the Mexicans of Asia. We know how to make love. We're just, you know what? We're so suppressed.
We're so suppressed.
We're so suppressed.
And
Super suppressed.
it's a long history of suppression. Huh? Spanish era, those things and everything. The
Church.
the church, may religion factor talaga. Again, nothing against about it, but it's a long history of suppression.
Tama.
Diba? You get what I'm saying?
Of course, 300 years in
Correct.
being brainwashed. So, talagang kasama na yun. Actually, it's not just religion anymore. Now, it's the culture, it's the society. But we can't really blame religion as it is. Now, it's like, kahit hindi ka Catholic, kahit hindi ka Christian, because that's the narrative and that's the thinking that people always say, yun din yung napupunta dun sa iba, kahit iba yung religion mo. So, education is really important. Alam mo, Jabbar, very honestly though, even I, medyo nahirapan ako understanding when all these, yung terms, the LGBTQ movement came out. And I was already studying sex during that time. I was already doing my sex therapy training in Canada pa eh. And I had to ask my supervisor, parang sabi ko, why is it that you had to put in all these labels that are very difficult to understand if all you want to be is like to be inclusive, parang to be part of.
Yeah.
Parang nandun ako sa thinking na yon, na parang ang hirap intindihin from my point of view as a heterosexual.
Actually, natabunan nga yung gays' rights from the transgender. Parang mas lalong umangat yung hindi umangat. Parang they overtook. Gays have been fighting so hard for in a very hostile takeover. It was I think gays were very treading softly, very very, very delicately, like eggshells. Ito naman transgender, fuck that. I want to fuck the same fucking toilet as a woman. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, whoa. And you can see that because they also have, I realized that when they were doing this, these guys used to be dudes who used to get probably their way. Now that they're women, or you know what I mean? Feeling women, women.
They're females. They're females.
They're females inside, but physically they're women, right? So they're not getting the same kind of, I think, their ways as opposed to when guys, it's a patriarchal society. So now that they're women, parang they can feel it. Mas lalo silang naaape, or they don't get the same treatment because they're trans. And I get why they're very vocal. I get why they're speaking out, protesting, especially now with this administration. They're very loud.